Hi, I'm Lori Searle, and I absolutely love yoga. And one of the reasons why I love yoga so much is that you can do it anywhere. You only need a few minutes and you don't need a lot of fancy schmancy equipment. Case in point, say you work at an office job and you need a break. Or say you're traveling somewhere really, really far and have a very long airline flight. Say you're going to Australia or somewhere really beautiful. So you're gonna be in an airplane for a really long period of time. You can do yoga while you're in your airplane, and you can do yoga while you're in your office. So I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes, a 10-minute routine that you can do in both of those places without having to move too far, right? So one of the first things I would say is if you're in an office space, if you do have the time, whether it's a lunch break or a 15-minute break, to actually go outside and stare at the sun with your eyes closed, or just get outside and take some deep breaths, walk around the building. I would definitely recommend doing that. It just is going to take 5 minutes. Do it on your lunch break. And then if you're before your big flight or whatever, just take some time not sitting down too much, but walk around the airport, or buy some snacks, do some stuff like that. Don't sit too much before your airplane ride. And then once you are seated, whether you're sitting at your desk or you're sitting, at your airline seat, depending on how much room you have, you can improvise. You're going to take your left palm and just place it on your left thigh or the edge of your seat, and just take a big breath in and reach your right arm up and over to laterally stretch. If you don't have a ton of room, you can still do the stretch, right? See this, my little airplane seat seem to be getting a little smaller. If you're in your office, I would say get a little bit more into the shoulder, and you can do a little front stroke with the shoulder just to kind of release the shoulder a little bit, and a little back stroke. You're going to do that over on the right side, and then you're going to inhale and lengthen over to the left side. Even in an airplane seat, I have done this before. You reach up, you'll probably touch the light if you're anywhere near my height, but you can reach, right, and do the front stroke and the back stroke. If you're in your airplane, you can just do shoulder rolls. That's just as good. One of the things that's really irritating is tension in the neck when you're sitting at your computer, or those seats in the airplane are a little awkward. So let's do a little neck stretch. So you're gonna take a big breath in and then just drop your right ear all the way down towards your right shoulder. Try not to lift those shoulders, just relax those shoulders and take a few deep breaths here. You can take it a little bit deeper by taking your right palm, right, your right ear, right shoulder, right palm, and you're gonna press it towards your left ear. Just adding a little pressure to stretch. You can kind of lean forward, lean back with the neck, and just do that for a few breaths. And then of course, the other side. You have plenty of room to do this in an airplane too. Maybe not the hand thing, but you'll have plenty of room to do this in the airplane. And then another thing that gets really achy is the low back, right? So take the palms to the hips if you're sitting in your office space, or if you're in the airplane, at the edge of your seat, and you're just gonna cat-cow. In yoga terms, that means you're gonna round your spine around your shoulders as you exhale. And then as you inhale, you're gonna arch the spine, taking the shoulders back, right? You're gonna tilt your pelvis kind of anteriorly. You're gonna kind of tilt it backwards, and then forward again, and then back again, just a few times. A couple more shoulder rolls. If you can, if you have the space in your airplane seat, you can just do it this way, or your twist, or in your office space, take one palm back behind your desk and twist that way. 5 breaths there. Airplane seat just like so. Desk seat like so. 5 breaths. Twist is always really great and detoxifying. Let's do a forward fold. Cross your right ankle with a super flex in the foot right over that left thigh. Maybe not have the biggest amount of space in the airplane, but you can do this in your office. It's so good for the hip. It just gets the blood moving, And then the other side. Keeps everything moving and not stagnant. And also, the more you do this, the deeper your breath can be too. So monitor that as much as you can. And then you can do a full forward folds.
Make sure you just relax your head, relax your shoulders, just kind of be like a little rag doll here. And then especially if you're in an airplane, just take the palms to the thighs, and you can do a little seesaw with the feet. So you can lift the heels, calf raises. So your muscles are getting so short while you're in that airplane, right? So you want to make sure to keep those muscles nice and strong, nice and lengthened as much as you can. Good. So you're not going to have this space when you're in your airplane, but if you are in your office, you can go ahead and take your desk chair, take your palms to the back of the chair, or the front of your desk, or the front of your seat, and we're just going to stretch our calves, right? You can take a runner's lunge. So right foot can come forward right in between your chair, And you can take your left leg back behind you, like you're coming into a runner's lunge. It's a really nice juicy stretch in the back of the calf muscle and in the hip flexor. And you can stay here for a bunch of breaths. You can even make your phone calls if you want. You can even go on your computer if you want. But really, just try to take the time to do this stretch. If you have to multitask, you can. I've seen worse. And then you can switch sides. 5 breaths there. And then when you're ready, if you're traveling, if you have the space in your office, great, but a lot of us who work in offices have cubes, so this might not be the most socially acceptable thing to do. But if you're traveling, a great thing to do when you come back from your travels and you check into your hotel room, or you come back home, or you're at your guest house, or maybe your villa at the Ritz-Carlton, you can come to a chair, a desk chair, or your couch, or your bed, and just hang the legs off. Ideally, it would be great to take the legs up the wall. And all this is gonna do is reverse the flow. So we lose a lot of circulation, we kind of retain some water while we're in the airplane. So it's really great to just release the flow, reverse the flow, get some circulation back in, rotate the ankles, take some deep, yummy breaths. And I would say, if you have the time, 5 minutes here. Legs up against the wall or hanging off the chair is gonna be great. Another fantastic thing to do, every few minutes while you're at your desk, even if you're in between phone calls or meetings or emails, if you're sitting at your computer, just take a moment to stretch your eyes. This is going to help with people who get those floaters in their eyes, or if you tend to get a lot of headaches from being in front of the computer. Just sit in front of the computer, gaze straight at the computer, and then keeping the face nice and soft, take the gaze all the way up towards the sky, relaxing the face for a few breaths, then down towards the floor for a few breaths. Take that gaze all the way over to the left side for a few breaths, then the right side. You always forget to stretch the eyeballs, but you can stretch the eyeballs. So that is why yoga is so fantastic, is that you can do it anywhere and you don't have to have a lot of space, you don't have to have a lot of time, and it's just fantastic. It's great for the office, great for the airplane, and that's it. We have so much more to talk about, but until then, be good to yourselves. Drink a lot of water and call your mother.